There's the old expression that madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. What François Legault is doing to Quebec is pure madness. Now, for those of you who may not know what's going on in La Belle Province, our Premier, François Legault, over Christmas, 10 months into this pandemic, announced a lockdown. They were shutting down non-essential businesses from December 25th to January 11th to curb what they said was a rise in COVID infections. Essential businesses, whatever that means, could stay open, but they couldn't even sell non-essential items, whatever that means. So you'd go into a store and there would literally be half an aisle saran wrapped off with things you couldn't get because they're non-essential, but you could get the other essential stuff. If anyone thought that this was actually going to end on January 11th, I was not one of those people. Well, it's not, because apparently now the news has leaked that Quebec is going to a province-wide lockdown. A province-wide lockdown with a curfew. Because science, apparently this COVID only comes out at night, between 9 at night and 6 in the morning. As if curfews have worked anywhere that they have been implemented. Look at California to know that curfews have not worked. And lockdowns. I mean, talking about following the science, the UN has now come out and said that lockdowns are not the way to go because they are probably causing more damage than safety. But Quebec is doing it. Again, January 2021. A pandemic that started in March 2020. Where we were asked to lock down for 2 weeks at that time to flatten the curve. 2 weeks turned into a year. 2 weeks turned into your businesses are shut down. You can't leave your house. It turned into you can't have people in your house over Christmas this year. And setting aside all of that, this is not governance. As far as I'm concerned, it is absolute abuse. It's constitutional abuse. It's economic abuse to deprive people of their ability to earn a living. And it's psychological abuse. I mean, that above all else, it's psychological abuse to everybody. But what has the government done? I'm asking. I asked on Twitter, didn't get an answer. I don't expect one. What has the government done over the last 10 months to prepare for what it said in March would be a second wave this year? What have they done? Have they increased hospital capacity? Have they trained personnel? Have they implemented fast testing, rapid testing for COVID? I don't think they have. I haven't seen that they've done this in the province. In fact, I know that we don't have rapid testing in the province yet, whereas in other countries they do. So, faced with what the government hasn't done to prepare for what it said was coming back in March, what's the response now? To accommodate government incompetence, boot on the neck of the citizens. Your lives are shut down now. We're not prepared. You're going to suffer. And not only are you going to suffer, you're literally going to pay for it. Because they can shut businesses down. They can lock you in your home. They're still going to make you pay your taxes. And another incidental question I've been asking since the beginning. What was the excess mortality rate for 2020? What was the excess mortality for 2020? What was the suicide rate for 2020? What was the overdose rate for 2020? What damage are we causing by these measures that we are implementing that by all accounts are not doing that which they are intended to do, because they are knee-jerk reflexive reactions that always seem to be 1 or 2 months behind the science of the time. And François Legault, because it worked so well the first time, is now doing it a second time. As if we live at the whim of the government. In a free and democratic society, the government can tell you when you can leave your house, when your kids can go to school, when you can operate your business, who you can have in your house. This is what Quebec has turned into under the Legault government. Sorry. Have a good night. Peace.